Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors book smarter and build confidence. And tonight's training is called The Truth About Being a Travel Agent That Nobody Talks About. Yeah, we're going to have a real conversation tonight. This is going to be something that even if you are 2 or 3 years in, even if you are in a few months in, this training is going to be set for all of you. Okay, we're going to have a real conversation, not like a highlight reel, not like the social media version. Okay, we're going to talk about the actual realities of building a travel business. We're going to talk about the challenges, the lessons, the expectations versus reality. Yeah, and the things that many agents don't learn until they're already deep into the business. Now, don't worry, okay? This isn't meant to discourage anyone. Honestly, it's meant to do the quite opposite of what that is. My goal is to help you understand what this business really looks like so you can prepare yourself for success and avoid some of the most common frustrations along the way. Now, you should already know, if you are not new here, you already know what's up. Say hello in the chat for me. All right, if you are watching live, let me know. Go ahead and comment in the chat. And if you happen to just watch this on a replay, I still want to know that you stopped by. So go ahead and comment replay for me so that I know that you stopped by. All right. Now, before we get started, I do like to go over what I'm doing for the rest of the month. On Tuesday of next week, can you guys believe we're already almost to the next week of June? Yeah, like we're near the end of June here. What's going on? It's going by fast. We're about to be in Hawaii. Yeah, but on Tuesday, I'm going to be doing everything as a funnel. And then next week, Thursday, I will be also doing how travel agents can look more professional online. Now, this is one of my Market Like a Pros. This was the one that I was supposed to do at the end of the month for May, but it got rescheduled. So I'm going to do it there on Thursday. And then on that Friday as well, I will also be on corporate Zoom for next Friday. I will be on corporate Zoom. And you guys can join me there for another Market Like a Pro. But let's go ahead and remove all of this fancy stuff off your screen here. So give me 1 second. All right. Here we go. Boom. Yeah. All right. Oh, all right. Hey, let me move my camera down a little bit. Wow. All right. What's up, guys? How you all doing tonight, huh? I started doing this like when I first start, I do what I'm doing next, and it just happens to be the cover is what I'm doing next. So I just start there and then show my face after. Okay. I'm trying new things here. I'm trying new music. So y'all all stick with it as we go through these changes. Yeah. It's always good to change and try something new. But before I start, I want to just pull something back that I've received a few messages from you guys. So I love to be completely transparent about me, myself, and and how I started Ash Knows Travel. So I'm going to take the time to do so now. A few of you have been sending me messages saying that there's been like this thing saying that you have to pay to watch my lives. And that is absolutely not true. You do not ever have to pay to watch any of my trainings. Okay. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back there. You do not ever have to pay at any time, never have to pay for any of my trainings. Everything that I do on here is public and accessible to everyone. Now, with that being said, okay, on YouTube, they have a new update, and on the right, it says join. Okay, that is a subscription that comes with the YouTube Creator Program. You are not ever required to do that to watch my trainings. You do not get access to anything not available to everyone eventually. Okay, the only thing is about that subscription thing is that it just gets you earlier access, and you get put in a subscriber chat where you guys get to connect with me directly. That's all that is. It is not ever a requirement. It comes with the YouTube Creator Program that I am monetized on this platform. So you guys, that's just it. Okay, you do not ever have to join that. It is never a requirement, and you will always see my lives Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific, no matter if you join it or not. Okay, so I don't know where that is or where that's being seen. I know there's a join button. I know it's there, but if it ever pops up and you guys don't want to do it, just don't do it. I don't care. Okay, it's there. It's not just like on Facebook. Have you guys seen the new update? Like when somebody posts something and it goes underneath it and it says subscribe for more posts. Okay, that's what that is, but it's on YouTube. That's the only thing. Okay, you don't have to do it. All of my lives, all of my trainings are accessible to everyone, and they are public. They are free. I would never, never, never charge for any of my trainings ever. Okay, so if you ever hear that, I want you to shut it down. Okay, go out there. Nope, Ash, don't do that. We don't play that around here. Okay, so let's get into this training. Y'all got me hyped up. Speaking of that, so let's get into it for tonight, huh? Let's talk about the truth about being a travel advisor, what nobody talks about. This is something that a lot of people don't really cover. And when we first sign up to be travel advisors, we are excited, we get in this momentum, and sometimes the presentation that we're on makes it seem like bam, bam, bam. And then we get started and we're like, ooh, wait, this takes time to build, right? So that is exactly what I'm going to be covering for tonight. I'm going to be talking about the truth that you guys might not know when you first start. Yeah. So let's first talk about the expectation versus reality. There is a big divide when it comes to what is expected at first and what is the reality of this. Yeah. When you guys first start, you guys see free trips, you see lounging at resorts, you see those endless cruises. Yeah. And you guys also get to see instant commission. But a lot of the times, you guys don't really get to see what it actually takes. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's something that you have to learn over an experience. But I'm hoping by this training, you guys have the ability to go, okay, I see why it's taking this long. Okay, now I see why I need to do this, this, and this, right? That's what I want to open that door for you guys so that you guys, if you are new at this and you haven't gotten your first client, that doesn't mean you failed at it. That's not what that means. If you are maybe a few months in and you still haven't gotten your client, that's not what that means, right? The reason I'm bringing this to attention is because I want to set the proper expectations for you guys so that when you are building something, especially into this travel business, whether it's your creation of content, whether it's your marketing in general of talking to people, your brand, whatever you're building, I want you to understand the why behind it. So that's why I'm setting these expectations tonight so that when you're building it, you're going, okay, this is what I'm expecting now. Now I understand it, right? So what does it actually take? Honestly, it does take daily content creation. Even if you batch it, as long as it's going out daily, you need to show up, right? Relentless relationship building, okay? Now, I don't mean go out there and talk to everybody that you meet. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have to stay in the follow-up, the persistent follow-up, the persistent, I am here to serve you. That's what we need, right? And then unwavering consistency. That is probably the biggest thing that will make you the most successful here as a travel advisor is being consistent. You will be rewarded for your consistency. Maybe not today or not tomorrow, but you will find yourself later on going, boom, all of a sudden, here we are, right? And I don't know how to explain it to you because it happened to me. The other day, I posted on Facebook about how somebody messaged me on Instagram. I post on Instagram through my Deliver It, okay? I have it automated. It just posts 3 times a day. I don't look at it. I don't talk about it, whatever, right? So when I got a message, it really threw me off because I was like, wait, you want to, oh, okay. I saw you on Instagram. Now, I'm going to tell you a little secret with that. big thing that has changed the game for me when it comes to getting bookings online. I actually put my phone number, and if you guys want to do a Google number, I don't care, but I put my phone number on there and it says text me if you want to book. And I have gotten several messages from people that are like, I want to book. Oh, okay. So if that's something you guys should try it, I don't know. It's something I'm trying and it's working well for me. And you can do a Google number. I don't care what you do. But the more visible that they are, the more easier I've made it for them to book. That's what's really helped me. So I'm just going to throw that out there. I know it's off topic, but I got to remember to tell you that because that's changed the game. Okay. So let's talk about setting proper expectations as somebody who is actually going to be starting a travel business, shall we? Yeah. All right. The first expectation is one, nobody owes you a booking. Oh yeah, that's a deep one. I just hit it right out the gate, didn't I? I mean, we just want to cut right through all of the chaos, all of the confusion, and I'm gonna be real honest with you. Nobody owes you a booking. Now, let me explain what that means. I mean, like, even your mentors, they don't need to help you get your first bookings. That's not what a mentor does. Not even your family and your friends. Okay. Nobody has to book with you just because you're a travel agent. Can we talk about that? Oof, I know. That is such a harsh reality for us to face and as being new travel agents. And the sooner that we realize it, the less hurt we get when they don't book with us because we're like, they don't owe us a booking just because they're friends and family with us. That's not right. Now, what I do expect from my friends and family, though, I will say, is I expect them to cheer me on. I expect them to like my post, say they're proud of me, something like that, right? And it's okay if they still book somewhere else. That's completely normal, okay? Now, the reason I say that is because they are probably not your audience. My friends and family are definitely not my audience. Even if they take same similar vacations, they are not who I'm looking to book. I would rather book somebody that I don't know than to book friends and family. And I'm going to explain to you why. When they're booking your friends and family, guess what they expect? Discounts, the best services, which we give them, right? But I'm talking like the text me at 25 at night and tell me the price of this for now, right? Like that, they expect way more out of us and they don't normally respect our time. So once you get out of the mindset that somebody owes you a booking because they know you will hurt your feelings a lot less. Can we all agree? Yeah. I love that one. That one is one of the harshest realities that we hit right there. Boom. Okay, let's get deeper, shall we? Okay. Now, next one we're going to talk about is the many hats that we wear. And the reason I kind of have this as an ecosystem because I want you to understand that when you are becoming a travel advisor or you're building your business, there are going to be several things that you have to do in order to kind of build your ecosystem of clients. One of the most biggest things that we see here is that, we only try one source and then we try it for a few days and then we stop being travel agents. That's it, right? Like they're like, all right, I marketed for 3 days, I'm done, right? But that's not what works, okay? When you guys are building your business for a travel agency, you have to have several different parts that goes into it. First of all, the marketing, that's a part of it, right? Now, inside that marketing, though, we become the salesperson, we become the content creator, and we're doing customer service as part of our marketing, right? And then with that, we need a lot of organization. But without any of these kind of key parts, we're not able to become a successful travel advisor. Let's talk about it, okay? If we're not marketing and we're not creating content, nobody knows who we are, so they can't book with us. If we're not closing the sale or giving them the deals or the options that they want, we're not a salesperson, so they're not going to book with us, right? While we're doing the bookings and after when they're actually taking the trip, if we don't deliver the best customer service to them, then they're not going to book with us. Do you get where I'm going with this? And if we're not organized, they're not going to book. Okay, there we go. That's why I'm saying that. This is probably one of the biggest things that I had to realize when I became a travel agent. I have a tendency to put the focus on one too many things, right? I will put a strong focus on marketing, but if I just put a focus on marketing, I'm forgetting about selling. Then I got to put a focus on selling. Now, these are all easily attainable. And I actually have a training that I did a few weeks ago where I showed you guys, I think it was last week actually, a weekly workflow where I showed you guys how I broke it up and how I wore it. But when I realized, okay, I don't actually have to do all of this content. I can just put my focus on the particular content that I need to push. When I realized, okay, I just need to go back in there and follow up with them and just close the sale. Like there's so many parts of it that kind of came into place. And when I started focusing on all of the parts instead of just one, I actually built an ecosystem of clients that were coming in from several different ways. That's exactly what happened. Okay. Now, with this, what I'm trying to tell you is that you aren't just selling trips. A lot of people, when they first start, oh, I just book travel. I just book travel. No, that's not what we're trying to do. Okay. That's not what a travel business does. A travel business technically is like a media and a logistics machine that produces bookings. That's really what it does. Right. So, next harsh reality, rejection. One of the things that we go through as a travel agent is rejection. Yes. A lot of the people, when they get rejection, they shut down and they stop. But I'm going to tell you something, rejection is just data. Now, even Ash, 4 years in, I still get rejection sometimes. It happens. I'm going to tell you what happened to me the other day. I had some guy send me a thing through Travel Leaders Network. We got all the way down to pricing. I got him his exact place that he wanted. I sent him the quote. Okay. When he looked at the quote, for some odd reason, he went and decided to book it himself. Now, when he decided to book it himself, he goes, "Well, I got it for a good deal. I got it for 5,400." And I was like, "Oh, you okay?" He was like, "And yours was like 5,600." And I was like, "Yeah, mine included flights and transportation, and you just paid that whole entire thing for one resort." He was like, oh, oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to circle back when I go book Desire. Now, to me, I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? Okay. Now, most people, they would feel like that's it. Like they're mad, right? But to me, that was just data. First of all, I obviously need to work on showing them exactly what's inside of it, even though I put exactly what's inside of it. You know, I did. Okay. But I obviously need to break that down a little bit more. And secondly, right, just because he booked with someone else for this trip doesn't mean he's not going to book with me later on. Right. So to me, that is keeping him in the loophole. Now he understands how I work. Now he understands how I can save him money and he will be able to book with me later. That's not the end of it. That's just how that worked with that client. Now I'm moving on to the next one, right? This is just data. And you guys have to understand when you get rejection, it doesn't mean that you're not the best travel advisor. It doesn't mean that's the end of it, right? It just means that this the one's not it. Okay, we got to move on to the next one. A lot of you guys will hear not interested, too expensive, maybe later, maybe I'm just looking, right? Everyone hears these ejections, but successful agents simply hear them more often and they just keep the funnel moving. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's go to the next one. We got another focus. We got another booking. Let's move, right? Biggest thing that you can do. Next one. The fortune is in the follow up. This is probably one of the harshest realities that we face about a year and a half in. When we are our first year in, we're trying to get everything together. We're trying to put it out there. We're trying to organize it, right? And we get a lot of lost like particles in between. Yeah. And then we like figure out, oh, I'll just get another booking. I'll just get another booking. But we stop and realize about halfway through that, oh, why do I constantly search for new bookings when I could just go back and talk to the people that I already booked or my leads or in general, people that I've inquired with, right? This is a part that a lot of us don't really hit till about halfway through, okay? Many agents quit after one conversation. That is the truth. And that's why I say in the beginning, we have to constantly build relationships because we can't just stop with that conversation after that's it, right? Most clients will require multiple touch points to convert. They require follow-ups, they require check-ins, and they require reminders. The people that are persistent, and I don't mean like weirdly salesy persistent, but the people who have genuine conversations and actually care for these people and want to book their trips are the ones that win. That's it. I'm just going to be real honest with you, okay? If you are not doing the booking and you just stop, somebody is going to come take that booking from you or they're going to book it on their own. Most of the people are going to book regardless, but that can literally make or break it, right? So I say all of that because that is something that we go through. That is the part that nobody wants to talk about. A lot of people that are like constantly booking, they're booking the people that they've already booked. And then those people will turn into referrals, we get you more clients. But they're following up with the people that they have already booked. And then the first couple, I don't know, maybe about first year, a lot of you skip this part. And then you'll go, I need a new booking. Okay, did you check on your old ones? Yeah, all right, next one. Visibility comes before bookings. Woo! A lot of us, when we first start, we all expect instant gratification from a social media post. And when we don't get it, it breaks our heart. Yeah? It absolutely breaks our heart. And we're like, it's not working. That's it. I'm done. Okay. No, you have to post more than once in order to become visible. And once you become visible, you're visibly consistent, visibly, that's when the bookings start happening. Just being honest with you. Okay. One post isn't marketing. Most people won't book the first, second, or third time they see you. If I remember correctly, I've been in a sales class one time and they were like, a client needs to see you 8 times before they trust you. Okay. Think about it like that. They book when the layers of memory are thick enough that they remember you. That's the truth of it. Okay. Every post is a digital business card. That's exactly what it is. Someone is watching silently long before they reach out. Absolutely. That's why I keep posting. I just keep posting because I know people are seeing it. Even if they don't say anything, somebody is seeing it. Somebody is watching you post. Okay. When you realize that the true secret between getting a booking is in your visibility and in your follow ups, that's what shifts your focus. Nobody talks about that, but there's a silent period as being a travel agent where we go, oh, you know what? I'm just going to keep posting. They see me regardless. Okay. I'm just going to keep going. Okay. The ones that are consistently showing up, those are the ones that get the booking. But that comes along with that visibility. If people don't see you, they don't know to book with you. That's just it. All right. Next one. The industry rewards visibility. Exactly. The agents, I just said this. Girl, I don't even need the slide. I already told you. The agents getting the most bookings aren't always the smartest, the most experienced, or the most talented. They are simply the most visible. I'm telling you. That is the truth that nobody talks about right there. That's the whole training. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that they're out there posting. They don't tell you the secrets of they're doing this or doing that. Okay. They don't tell you that because they're too busy doing it. That's it. I see it. I see it all the time. I'm friends with all of them. I can see them. I know I can see what they're doing. All of these top bookers, including myself, we are constantly working on new ways to get bookings, even if it's just silent little posts that you see for here and there. But we are working on a strategy and we're trying to developing it as we go. Now, a lot of us will use like ChatGPT to develop this strategy. Yeah. A lot of us have our own little pathways that we developed, but it's because they consistently showed up. Even when it wasn't working, even when nobody was looking, they still showed up regardless. And that's the part that nobody wants to talk about it. Yeah. Perfect. This is exactly where I want to go with this. You don't need a perfect website. You don't need perfect videos. You don't need perfect branding. You just need action. Action will trump all of that perfection every single time. You need that consistent raw action and to show up daily. Okay. This is something, be honest with me. If you guys you're watching this right now, do you show up? Do you show up daily? Do you struggle with showing up daily? Because that's the truth, right? And honestly, it's not even that hard. It's not hard to show up. And when I realized how easy it was, I made it even easier for myself. I tried to make it as easy as possible for me to show up. Okay. That comes with time, and that's something that you can build into, but you will never learn it if you don't do it. If you are coming and if you come to me and you go, oh, I haven't gotten a booking, I don't have clients, the first thing I do is go and check where you're posting at. I want to see what you're doing. And I can tell you if you're doing it or not. Okay. So before you come to me, make sure I'm showing up daily, because that's the number one thing. If you show up daily, I don't care if it's perfect. I don't care if it's like, not the best website, not the best whatever. Okay. As long as you are showing up, somebody is watching you. All right. Now, navigating the quiet spaces. Another thing that nobody talks about, but we could talk about it. It's okay to not always have bookings. There will be some times where you are waiting for a booking to pay out. There's some times in your travel agent career where you might not get that commission pay because it's not your time. Okay. Some weeks feel amazing. Some weeks feel quiet. Do not confuse a slow week with failure. I'm going to tell you something as somebody who gets bookings in what I like to call spurts. I get them in spurts and they all come at me at one time. And this is very common in the travel agent industry. You will hear like nothing for a few days. And then like the next day you'll get like 4 quotes at one time. And you're like, whoa, okay. And then you start processing and you're working. And then you get a little couple of days of silence. Okay. And this takes a few years maybe to build into, maybe not, just depends on how consistently you show up. Okay. But it's normal to have this. Okay. The biggest thing that you can do in this quiet moment, take it as a breather for one, because you'll be thankful for this quietness eventually. Number two, use this time to get even more visible. If there is a moment where, like, I'm going to give you an example. One of the most popular platforms that I get 90% of my bookings from is TikTok. In the silent moment where I'm not getting any comments, I'm still using that time to do more visibility. I'm using it to research. I'm using it to, if the platform's quiet, I'm going to go over there and figure out why it's quiet. Okay. That's the difference between successful agent and non-successful agents. Non-successful agents, they shut down. They go, oh, it's not working anymore. Ugh, okay, I'm done with it. No, why is it not working? We need to go figure it out. Let's go. Let's go on a little deep dive real quick. And it's something as simple as taking that time to make it work, which is what that makes you right there. I'm going to tell you, okay? Now, along with that, here comes the second part. A lot of you guys, when you're joining, and we're all joining travel agent communities, we all see each other posting, we all see us getting bookings, and it's very easy to kind of slip into a comparison like alley. That's what I'm going to call it, because you're going through and you see all these people booking, growing, whatever, and you're over here like, it's not happening to me. Okay, we all go through that. We all do. But I'm going to tell you something. A lot of those people, they're successful or they're top bookers or whatever. They've been here for probably a good couple of years. Secondly, they're very consistent and they're very disciplined. So you don't need to see them and kind of destroy your own momentum with that. Use them as, okay, if they can do this, I can do this too. Somebody commented that on my, I don't know, whatever. I think it was Facebook the other day. They said, if Ash can do it, there's no reason why I can't do it. Okay. And they say that because I got 6 kids. That's true. Okay. If I got 6 kids and I can find time to do this, so can you. Okay. I should start saying that in presentation, huh? But the reason I say that is because it's very easy to compare yourself with somebody else. And I've learned the best thing that I can do in the travel industry is to keep my head down and only worry about what I'm doing. I don't care what other people are doing. And I say this a lot because this is what happened to me. Okay. I'm going to tell you a quick story with AI. When I started using AI a lot, there was somebody that would come to me and they'd be like, I hate AI. I don't want to use AI. And I realized for the most part, most of those people, they don't use it because they don't understand it. And it's not because I'm doing it wrong or it's because it's bad or it's this or it's that. It's because they don't understand it and they're starting to compare themselves. So when they compare themselves, and that's when they put those posts out. And I'm all like, it's okay. Like, I don't care if you use AI. I don't care if you don't use AI. I'm going to do what works for me. That lane right there, when you get in that lane, I'm telling you, it's a different level of success, because 2 weeks later, the same person that said that was posting AI. And I was like, I know, like let me track back real quick. Hold on. Okay. So when they finally understood it and they could see how it helps them, they changed that mindset, right? But if I were to worry about something like that, it could really take some time out of me. But when I saw, I said, girl, all right, whatever, right? It wasn't even a girl, it was actually a guy. But still, like, girl, whatever, right? But the reason I'm saying this is because you have to learn how to handle the quietness and you have to learn how to not compare yourself to other people, okay? Someone will always have more followers, book more trips, and they'll travel more often. That's just how this works, okay? Stay in your own lane. You will get there too, but you will not get there if you constantly compare yourself and worry about what other people are doing. Yeah? Just be honest with you. Now, next, the momentum action curve. This is the part that we don't talk about as mentors. And I really wish that so many agents, the retention level would just, I'm telling you, okay? A lot of the times, you guys, you're so worried about getting that first booking that you kill your own momentum before you can even get it started. I promise you. The first month that you do this, you should be learning. And while you're learning, you should be building visibility. The more visibility that you build into, when you are getting to month 3, you're on this little curve. You set yourself up. Now you're starting to get there. You're getting comfortable. You're understanding it. That's when it starts. Right there. Month 3 is when most people quit. It is. That month 3 will either make or break you, because that's when you start questioning your why. But it's the secret momentum. It's that secret building. It's the showing up when it's quiet is what's going to get you to the part where you are. Okay. A lot of people, like most people, only see year 2. They quit before the momentum builds. That's so deep. That's it. That's so deep. The most people only see year 2. They quit right before the momentum builds. Even for the people that are here past year 1, when they get to year 2, they kind of burn out and then they stop. But I promise you, when year 2 started and then year 3 start and then year 4, okay, hold on. Okay, keep going. Keep going. If you're watching this right now, and even if you are in year 2, don't stop. The moment that it starts to feel like it's not working, you need to find out why it's not working. And then sometimes that reality is you. Sometimes it's accountability for yourself. Okay. You don't need to stop when it's quiet. That's the one time that you are going to be like, I don't want to do this. Okay. That moment is when it's going to kick through. I've seen this happen so many times. Like, I started screenshotting when it happened to me, because I was like, okay, when you're having that moment again, come back to this, because you're going to remember how this feels. Okay. When you're at your top of your success, come back to that and remember how that felt. Because if you don't have that, you will not understand the success. If you don't have that quietness, or that part where you have to really start kind of building into it, all these people that are successful here, they all had that moment. They all had that moment where they're like, I really got to reach inside and figure out why isn't this working and how I can make it work. And that breach through is what gets you the results that you really want. I promise you. All right. Now, the truth about free travel. Oof. Okay. I have a slide for this, and on my slides for presentation, it's unmatched perks and benefits. And I always start with this. Okay. Free travel, yes, we get free travel in the travel industry. Yes, okay. But that free travel isn't something that's just given to you. Okay. It's not just like you can go and earn it, right? But it's not just something that's given to you. And I feel like that's something that nobody talks about, right? We don't talk about that. Now, they do have free trips that we can obtain and we can earn and stuff like that, right? But free travel really happens as a result of invisible grinding. When you see people out there secretly booking, growing, doing this, or going here, going that, that's because they're building into it. And that's the result, is the free travel. Okay. Training plus consistency plus building experience and getting your sales and building those relationships, not even just with clients, but also with our vendors. That's what equals the free travel. Okay. I'm going to be real honest with you. Now, the reason I say that is because when we're on presentation and we're like, all right, you guys get 2 free cruises, you have to go in there and complete all the requirements in order to get those cruises, right? That's the training right there. CLIA has a bunch of free stuff that you guys can do, and fam trips, blah, 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 right? You can't do that without training, without being consistent, and then building into those sales, etc. Right? There's a lot of this that free travel, it has to kind of build into. And that's just something that nobody talks about. All right, next. Now, the secret. Now, I put this in here because it kind of relates back to what I was saying earlier, but success in this industry is not complicated. It is very easy to be successful in this industry. Even if you start from scratch, even if you don't have followers, even if you don't know how to use social media, you can learn all of these things. Success is not hard. We show up everywhere where somebody buys something. We show up online, we show up in person, we show up in referrals, we show up every single place that somebody's going to buy something. We are there. So as long as you show up, follow up with the people that you're showing up to, stay visible in the process and repeat it, there's no reason for you not to be successful. It's not. It's the relentless repetition that brings the success that everybody you see. That's it. They are showing up when nobody's paying attention to them. That's it. Okay. Now, lastly, the travel advisors who win. I'm going to just leave this with you, and then I'm going to give you a goal. I'm going to give you something to do with this. Okay. But I'm going to leave this with you. The advisors who win show up when nobody's watching, stay consistent even when nobody's engaging, and they keep going when nobody is booking. Then one day, boom, it happens. And then people go, oh, they just got lucky. They just figure it out. I don't know. No, no. They did all of that and you didn't even see it. Okay. So if you are having a moment where you are doubting yourself, I want you to just take that doubt, throw it out the window, and pour every single part of yourself into this. I'm going to tell you my doubt. I'm going to tell you my moment. I'm going to be real honest with you. As the start of Ash Knows Travel, when I first started training people, and I mean like training, I've been doing Ash Knows Travel for a year now. And it'll be exactly a year on June, like it was like at the end of June, beginning of July is when I started. Okay. I was at a point where I was like, all right, I did the bookings, I did the team building. What am I going to do now? Like, what is next for me? Because I'm a Capricorn, so I like to like accomplish things and then move on to something else. So when I accomplished the team building, all right, cool. And then I mastered the booking, all right, cool. Now I need to master something else. That was me, okay? But I was at a part where I didn't have a focus in my travel. I already did everything, so I was like, okay, well, what now do I do? Like, okay. Then Ash Knows Travel kind of fell into my lap. And when I tell you it fell into my lap, it was just something that I just thought of one day. Okay. Now, Ash Knows Travel didn't just appear. I had to show up when nobody was watching. I had to stay consistent when nobody was engaging. I mean, I used to have like 5 people watch my trainings and nobody liked my videos. And now I have over 13,000 subscribers. And a lot of them, most of them are Archer, but there's even people outside of that have seen my stuff, right? That is something that we have to talk about because that's something that nobody talks about in the travel industry. No matter what part of the travel industry that you take, whether that is bookings, whether it is building, whether even if it's training, I don't care if you do that. Whatever you do, with affiliate marketing, if you just want to use passive affiliate links, okay, fine. If you want to go out there and just start referring other people to the business, right? That's building, but it's still referring. Like whatever part you do of this, you still have to do this part every single time. And then one day people are going to think, oh, she just got lucky, but they're not going to know that you had to build into that. Listen, I had to used to go live 3 times a week just to get you guys to start following and subscribing. It was 3 times a week. I had to come up with trainings. My brain hurt. Okay. Like I was training on things that like I didn't even really want to train on, but like that's what they were telling me to train on. So like I would go in there and cover it to get new people to come in. Listen, okay, I had to go through it before I was able to do this on a comfortable level, and I had to learn new things and just discover how to make backgrounds and stuff like that. Like there was a lot into that, but nobody talks about that part because you guys come in, you're brand new, and you just see all of us successful, and you're like, oh wow, how'd they get all there, right? Consistency, showing up. Okay, we were building into this, and you guys all have the same capability of doing so, but you have to stop, just like I did. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go live on Ash Knows Travel. And also on my TikTok. I did the TikTok thing at the same time. I said, I'm going to post every day on TikTok and I'm going to see what happens. Okay. When I did my lives, that built into the 13,000. So that's built over time. It took about, I'm at a year now, okay, of doing that. And I make pretty consecutive money every month from it, okay? But the TikTok thing, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep posting. I'm just going to keep showing up. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, does it. My like 3rd post in of me just showing up is now sitting at over 300,000 views. Yeah. And now there's another one that followed it. It's like 258,000. And then another one that followed that's 170,000. And I did it all faceless. It was just carousels and people, I mean, booking after booking after booking. And I mastered TikTok just like that. Why? Because I did it. Nobody's watching me. Nobody was expecting anything. I showed up regardless. Okay. That's what makes or breaks you here. That's what makes you bookable here. That's what makes you different. Show up when nobody's watching you. And then eventually everybody will be watching you. Okay. Now I'm going to give you a goal to kind of get there. I'm going to help you out with that. Okay. 30-day visibility challenge. Post every single day. I don't care where you post. I don't care what you post. I just want you to show up. Hello. Hi. I'm here again. Here I am again. I'm still booking travel. Woo, right? Make one video daily. If you don't want to do videos, do carousels. I don't care. Make something that's going to help you be visible. I went on a little challenge for myself where I made like, I don't know, it was like 6 or 7 like short form videos. Oh, that's what I'm teaching on the last Friday of the month. I'm teaching on short form videos. Exactly what I'm going to teach you. I made like 5 or 6 of them and I just post them daily. Like they repeat all the time. Every day a video gets posted and it's an old video, but it still works just as fine. Okay. Next, collect every lead Follow up with your old leads because you can still stay visible in front of them. Send a newsletter, an email, I don't care. Add people to your email list, grow that by your visibility, right? And then use your link tree. When you're posting, use your link tree so that people can go and study and learn more about you, all right? Because the advisor nobody sees can't get booked. So I'm going to give you this. Feel free to screenshot it. This is something that should help you build visibility, which will help you build bookings. Now, you have to do this more than 30 days, but you have to build a habit. You have to do it for at least 30 days, right? So start the habits that you want for your business. If you want your business to be a six-figure business, then build into it for it to be a six-figure business. Because as long as you keep keeping it like a hobby, it's going to remain a hobby. That's the truth that nobody wants to talk about. The moment you actually sit down and really put it in there and put, I'm going to make this work regardless, I'm going to show up regardless, it'll show up for you. I promise you. All right. Now, I'm going to leave you guys with that one. That was a pretty deep one, huh? I love doing trainings. Like, do you guys like this? Do you guys like the deepness, the realness of this? Next month, I'm going to do a lot of vendors and stuff, and we have convention coming. So I'm going to be kind of tied down with time and stuff. But I like to do these deep trainings because this is beyond beginners, right? Even if you're a beginner and you're watching this, then you're good. You're going to save yourself a lot of time. But this is beyond this because this is like the psychology part of travel advising that people don't talk about. So that's exactly what I was trying to do tonight. And I hit it. I nailed that one on spot. Yeah. So if you haven't already, make sure that you guys like this video. Make sure that you comment if it has helped you and share it with people that need it. Share it with people that are like, oh my God, it's not working. It's not this. Okay, they don't have the proper expectations. Let's set expectations in reality now so that when they're building into it, they understand, right? Now, when you guys leave this, can we all agree that you understand why you're posting, what you're posting for, what you're building into, right? That's exactly what I wanted to do for tonight. So make sure you guys like this video, share it with your teams, and comment if it helps. I will be back on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific where I'm breaking down funnels. I'm going to teach you guys how to really build a funnel, like the aspect of the funnel, how to understand the funnel, and how to make sure that the funnel works all the way through, okay? So make sure you guys join me on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific for that. And for now, I'm going to head over to my studio where I will be answering any questions or anything that you guys have in there. I'm going to go check it out, and I will meet you guys there in the chat box and live. So have a good evening. Thank you guys so much for hopping on, and I will now meet you in the studio, yeah?
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.